So, here's your situation. She sits across from you. You're trying to keep the conversation going. You're looking for topic after topic. You crack jokes, you smile. You're showing her how much of a nice guy you really are. But you already see it in her eyes. You're losing. You're trying to impress her. And that's exactly why you're losing her. She can already sense you're trying to become someone you're not. She feels that you've forgotten who you are and started living for her reactions. And you know exactly what comes next. She'll smile politely. She'll say, "You're such a nice guy." And she will never come back. What did you do wrong? You became comfort instead of challenge. You showed all your cards instead of leaving something unsaid. You lost your center and started revolving around her. You filled the silence with words instead of letting her feel you in that silence. You played a game you were never going to win. Today, I'll show you how to stop losing and become the man she'll never forget. These are the 5 laws of silent attraction that every true S-rank lover knows. The world is not a stage. Your world is your immediate surroundings. Do you know how it really works? You can look however you want. You can be intelligent, well-read, and strong. But when you're near her, she doesn't see it directly. She reads you based on how others read you, based on how your immediate environment reacts to you, how your friends listen to you, how you carry yourself among your own people, even how you behave when nobody is around. She doesn't need much. She only needs to see that you're already a man within your circle. Not for everyone, not for the entire world, but exactly for those who are already close to you. That's your space. Those are your people. That's your reality. And you carry yourself within it calmly, effortlessly, like you're at home. Women sense this instantly. They see when a man isn't trying to appear better than he is, when he doesn't put on a show, when he lives naturally in his own skin, and his environment accepts him as he is. She doesn't need worldwide applause. She needs to see a man who doesn't require applause because he's already in his place. The S-rank lover is not necessarily someone recognized by everyone, although that can happen. He's simply someone who doesn't need others' recognition to remain himself. And that's exactly why she starts to feel him. Leave what's important unsaid. Women never remember everything you show them immediately. They only remember what they haven't fully discovered yet. That's exactly what makes them think about you afterward. It makes them want to dig deeper. Do you know why nice guys always lose? Because they put everything on the table right away. All their stories, pains, life plans, all their strengths and weaknesses. It might touch her for a second, but after that, it becomes boring, because an open book never holds anyone's attention. The S-rank lover never gives everything at once. He leaves the feeling that there's more to him than meets the eye. What she sees now is just the tip of the iceberg. He doesn't need to showcase his depth. He simply lives it, quietly, without rushing to reveal his cards. You look at her as if you already know more than you're showing. You speak as if there's something essential you haven't yet said. You hold pauses that press harder than words. Because you know that true attraction is not about giving everything immediately. It's about leaving a mark she'll spend a long time trying to uncover. Don't be comfort, be a challenge. Do you know what most men are afraid of? They're afraid she'll turn away if they're not comfortable enough, not pleasant enough. not easy enough to handle. So they start bending over backward, adapting, laughing at things that aren't funny, giving more than they're asked to, just so they won't lose her. But the truth is, that's exactly what kills attraction. There's nothing more boring than a man who's always comfortable, always available, always predictable. She never remembers such men. She remembers those who left tension inside her, those who made her doubt herself a little, those who knew how to keep distance, those who didn't jump at her every gesture. The S-rank lover never plays for comfort. He's not a soft chair you sink into and forget about. He's a spark, too alive to just be used, too resistant to be easily held. They either desire him or they can't handle him, but they never forget him. And even when it seems everything is over between you, she'll still hold on to you in her thoughts, at least the edge of a thought, at least from a distance, just to keep a tiny chance of remaining part of your world. So don't rush to become comfortable. Don't hurry to dissolve the tension between you. Don't quickly adapt yourself. Keep your thorns. Keep your sharp edges. Keep yourself authentic, the version of you not everyone can handle, but those who do will stay with you for the long run. Because you're not for everyone. And that's exactly what makes you valuable. Be the center of your own world. Do you know what ruins a man most in a woman's eyes? It's when she feels that she's become his center. When his life starts revolving around her. When he forgets his own momentum, his goals, himself. And all that's left is the stage with just the two of them. But a woman doesn't want to be your world, even if she says otherwise. She wants to be chosen into a space that's already alive, strong, and full of meaning. A place where you're moving independently, building something important for yourself, following your own path. Not because she appeared, but because this has always been your path. She feels this deep down. When you don't make her the meaning of your existence. When you don't stop your movement just to look at her. When you don't break your rhythm simply because she appeared. Women want to join your journey, your game, your world, your rhythm, which doesn't slow down because of their presence, but remains steady and confident. So, stay the center of your own universe. And when she tries to become that center, just smile. Invite her to walk alongside you, but never stop your own momentum for her. Because the man who stops moving forward becomes background noise in her life. But the man who keeps moving independently becomes the force she desires to belong to. Silence and boundaries turn her on more than words. You can make jokes for hours. You can hold her attention with beautiful stories. You can play the role of someone who knows exactly the right things to say. But there's something that always works far more powerfully. Silence. A real man isn't afraid of silence. He doesn't rush to fill it, doesn't try too hard to be interesting, and doesn't chase after her attention with every word. Because he knows true tension is born exactly in silence. In those pauses where she begins to hear herself, where she starts to feel you, where invisible energy emerges between you, speaking louder than any words could. And there's another powerful element: boundaries. Weak men fear setting boundaries. They fear saying no. They're afraid of appearing too harsh. But true respect is born precisely here. Women don't respect men who constantly bend, who allow themselves to be stepped over again and again, who sell out their principles just to remain in the game. A real man stands firm, calmly, without aggression, without needing to prove anything. And that's exactly what sparks her interest. because she sees that you're unbreakable, that you hold your ground, that you aren't afraid to walk away if your boundaries aren't respected. Silence and boundaries, two things that make her feel far more than you could ever say in an entire night. Because a true man doesn't invent stories, doesn't put on a show, and doesn't chase her reactions. He simply stays grounded. He's the man who isn't afraid of silence, who can't be broken by any test she throws at him. And that's exactly what leaves a deeper mark than you could ever imagine. Now you know more. Now you clearly see where most men lose before the game even begins. Women aren't searching for words. Women aren't seeking comfort. Women aren't drawn to men who desperately try to please them. They're searching for a state, an energy that doesn't ask to be chosen, but chooses for itself. Today, I showed you exactly how the S-rank lover does it. Now it's entirely up to you. You can leave this knowledge here, go back to your usual approach of desperately trying to please, and remain the man who is forgotten by tomorrow. Or you can step into the game where you don't please, don't explain, and don't justify yourself. The game where you remain true to yourself, and the world aligns around you. The choice is yours.